Gary.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great,
Good.
and you?
Good. What's your name?
My name is Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany. And where are you calling from, Tiffany?
I'm calling from Quebec, Canada.
Oh, Quebec. Where in Quebec? Oh, Quebec City?
No, it's called Chambly.
Chambly. Is that like east or west?
It's east. It's like in the eastern townships.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you all about Newfoundland?
No. Near in Quebec, so it's like near Sherbrooke.
Oh, you're Sherbrooke, yes. Okay, and when's your birthday?
So 31st of December, 1990.
Oh, you're a Capricorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know your whole chart, or do you just do you know what's your move? Do you know your degree?
I think I'm a 9-degree Capricorn.
Okay, so you're Aries Capricorn. So you're all about leadership, getting stuff done, taking the next step. So yeah, okay. And what's your moon?
My moon's in Cancer and my rising in Sagittarius.
Oh yeah. So you and I have a lot in common. You probably relate to me a lot.
Yeah, I do actually.
I'm a Sag Cap. You're a Cap Sag with Aries, and I'm Aries rising. So we're almost like an attribute size. We're like twins in a way. Because I'm an Aries rising, I'm a Capricorn moon, and a Sagittarius sun sign. But my Sagittarius is 29 degrees, so that makes me also a Virgo as well.
Huh. Amazing.
So how did you find us?
Oh, I found you guys actually while doing research for my little brother, because he had like a really bad vaccine injury last year, 2 years ago, where he almost died and he was in a coma, and he's like he had brain hemorrhages, and it was really intense, and now he's like a miracle survivor. But he still struggles with PTSD and other things, and
How old is he?
stress. And he's 27.
Okay, 27. Okay, good. And when's his birthday?
And he's 16 of December and 1994. So he's a Sagittarius too.
16th of December. Yeah. So he's a Pisces Sagittarius. So he's a spiritual Sag. So basically,
he doesn't know that yet, though.
Yeah. Since he well, he's getting his shit kicked between now and for the next 2 years, he's got a little bit of shit kicking coming. That's his Saturn return. He's getting it on the chin right now because he was being called around 2019 to make some changes, and he didn't make the changes in 2019, so he got kicked in the butt.
I know. Yeah, I tried to support him in making the changes, but then I kind of, I wasn't actually that surprised that it happened. But
it's a good thing, and he's a master level Sag, so he's coming back. For him particularly, will he do movements and stuff like that? Is he open to that? Yeah.
So now I actually shared all the programs, because I'm finishing my 28-day reset today normally, and
yay!
So I'm really excited.
So okay, I gotta ask you questions. Okay, so since you're on the last day of the 28-day reset, first of all, what's your biggest takeaways from that?
Honestly, I think because I got a challenge on my last days, because I can relate to you a lot. I had a lot of multiple concussions in my life, and my last one was really bad. It was my Saturn return too, and I wasn't making the decisions I needed to. So I got like a 3-year concussion healing journey where I couldn't walk, couldn't talk, couldn't do anything, couldn't read. So it was intense, and it's funny because that 3 days before the end, I got a really bad hit on the head, and one of my intentions for the 28-day reset was to find confidence and faith, and the part of me, I wanted to believe that I can really heal my body no matter what happens. And then boom, 3 days before the end, my journey was amazing, because I was still having a little bit of concussion symptoms, but I was still okay, you know? But then 3 days before the end, I get this challenge where I get really a bad hit on the head. I couldn't read anymore. I was like, oh no, this is starting all over again. You know, I was getting all this fear coming up, and strangely enough, so I'm like 4 days after my hit on the head, and I'm able to talk to
It's
you.
getting better
I'm here.
now, right?
It's so much better, Gary. It's amazing. It's
Here's my
amazing.
experience is every major injury I had came back, and I had to have the injury again because there's an emotion that goes along with the injury. And the way that trauma stores in our system is if I get hit like here, there's an emotion to that, and that emotion has to be resolved with a narrative about it. And if I have the injury, the emotion, and the narrative, and then I can tell a new narrative this time, then what happens, it doesn't stay in the body. If I don't tell a new narrative, the trauma comes up and stays in the body. That's what my experience is.
I know that's how I felt it. It's like I needed to relive it in a conscious and empowered way, you know, and
Yeah, so you're not
it's
afraid anymore.
no, I'm well. It's funny because I saw two parts of me, you know, like my mind getting all worried, and then this center of me that's like really confident and like just in the present moment, and not being guilty of taking the time to heal, and not feeling guilty to, like, you know, just being open to, like, and doing the maneuvers, because it's the first time I was doing the maneuvers in acute pain. And Gary, it's just an unbelievable gift, because I could feel the pressure in my head just immediately release, the headaches disappearing, and it's just, yeah, I'm actually so grateful for this experience.
So the very first time you had the concussion, you go in and there's a feeling of helplessness. I know because I had that, like, diminished ability, thinking it's going to get worse and all this. Now this time you had another hit, and what's your feeling now in your body?
Now, like emotionally or
yeah, well, do you
physically?
how do you feel emotionally? Do you feel like do you feel like a victim? Do you feel empowered?
No, not now. No, when it happened, when it happened, I must admit I got scared. But then I remembered you on one of the podcasts, I don't know which one, where you said once you were hiking in a waterfall and you fell on your
10
head,
feet.
and everyone
10 feet.
and everyone thought you were dead, you know? And I was like, well, if Gary survived that,
Yeah,
I can survive this hit on the head, you know? And I had this story in my mind. And so you helped me a lot on this healing journey. I was like, well, you know, just yeah, the confidence overgrew the fear.
you know, what happened was, you know, there's a Malcolm Gladwell who wrote the book. Shit, I forgot it. The Tipping Point. Yeah, Tipping Point. He did another one, and he would call that thin slicing. Like when you have a trauma, you can see every microsecond of the trauma. You can remember, right? And so when I fell off that waterfall, my first response would normally be, oh shit, this is going to be painful. And that would be going through my head. This one here, I fell, I had this moment. I'm like, yeah, we can fix it. That's literally what I was saying as I was falling. And I came down, my head just missed a rock about this much. And I came down on my shoulders, my head, and Jason and Cynthia were there. And they're like, they're both there. This is over. This is gone. We're done. But I can find, and I had another couple ones I'll tell you about. One of them was when I came back to Canada, I've had this issue where my hips were like this forever, and I could never, ever fix it. So my side joint was on my left side was slightly stuck. It wasn't fused, but it wouldn't move, no matter how many adjustments, no matter what I did. And so I was walking up to the car on ice, first snow. I fell on it. I got down and I'm like, oh, that hurts so much. I get up and I'm like, oh man, that hurts. And I'm like, oh, my hip is open. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then it happened another time on the opposite hip, up when we're climbing that same waterfall, is I fell for no reason on this hip. And then that opened up my hip and pushed it in. So it bruised, and then my body had to work over it. And I was watching this and I was saying, my body's actually causing the little injuries so that I can get over like I was stuck. I couldn't get over it.
It's amazing because you say that, and you know, since the previous long concussion, I started clenching my teeth a lot, and I couldn't get that away, even with all the jaw maneuvers. And since I got this other hit on the head, like my jaw has released, and I was like,
there
oh,
you go. That's what I'm saying. It's like, when, you know, I say this to people, like injuries. I don't believe in accidents. Okay, everything happens for a reason. So injuries happen to for me to give me a mark, or to let me work over it, just like giving myself a virus so that I can get over it, or bacteria. So the injuries happen for me to get over it. If my body, my mind, and my mind and my state, and I'm not present, I won't get over it, because then I blame and I get angry and frustrated, and I don't get the benefit of the injury. I only get the negative. And so now, then, since doing faster maneuvers, it took me a while to get there. I know that when I get injured, like I had bit, but this was a meridian on this finger that was stuck, and it's going to my small intestine, and I haven't been able to pull this, twist it. It goes right up and through here, and I haven't been able to move it. And then a dog bit me there, and I'm like, at first I'm like, "Arr!" And then I'm like, oh, I have to go, and I'm thinking, okay, that's good. And look, I get a little hairy thing on there too. It came off today. So the idea is when I'm injured, the first response is, do I believe I'm okay? And if I believe I'm okay, my body goes this way. If I don't believe I'm okay, my body goes this way. And you can even see this when we fall. If somebody falls and no one else is around, we jump up. And it's because the body's trying to assess, am I okay? That's all it's trying to do.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's funny, huh? But I also think my first concussion, because I always had the belief that I can heal myself, but I think my first concussion was also it was my Saturn return. So I had all this journey of shifting my life in another direction. And so I actually, my belief that I could heal myself was also mixed with a lot of not enough loving, you know, not enough self-love, not enough self-acceptance. So I would just push myself and say, I'm going to be fine. Like, this can't be that bad. And not, you know, just pushing through everything. And then I just got things worse, you know. So I think I got a lot of learning in the first one, but was stuck with a lot of fear and trauma that I'm like learning to like unravel now. So it's amazing.
How old are you now?
Now I'm 32.
32. Okay. Yeah. So you're now, and this year is a heavy thinking year. Next year
I'm always heavy thinking.
Yeah. And then next year, by your birthday, it's going to be a real balance. It's going to bring balance to all the stuff that you've learned in the first 30 years. All the trauma and the physical stuff you went through is going to balance itself out next year. This year, you're getting all your thoughts about what was right, putting stuff back in order, rebuilding your view of the world. You know, like,
yeah.
So you joining the Lifestyle Artist Program?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah.
And there's an interview coming up on Saturday, I think. So.
Oh well, I just have to finish today because I got a little bit late with my little hit on the head. So normally today's would be my day 30 or something like that.
Perfect.
But today
finish today, and we'll see you in the interview. Looking forward to getting to know you more.
Thank you so much, Gary, for what you do. And I always get teary when I hear your mission, and I don't know, it just goes straight to my heart. And yeah, it's just what you guys do, and empowering people to heal is just amazing. You guys are a blessing. So thank you so much.
Appreciate you.